So you're now ready to hire someone to help you design your project. One of the first questions I often get asked is, should I work with an architect or residential designer? Well, the answer kind of depends. Residential designers are great for simple projects where it's maybe just a simple room addition or a kitchen layout, or maybe space planning type of projects, where there's nothing really very complicated or structurally involved. Related to that is, the residential designers often don't have the technical expertise and background in education to really resolve more complex problems. So often what you see on paper with a residential designer and what you actually get may not be quite the same because they've relied on the contractor to solve a lot of the technical problems or considerations with your project. But they can be a cost-effective solution for those simple type of projects. On more complex projects, you're probably going to want to work with an architect. Their education, their training that they've got to go through, and the technical and the aesthetic issues are, really going to come into play on more complex projects. Where they can help you take it from the very beginning and be your advocate all the way through to the end of the project. So, I would recommend an architect on more complex projects. In choosing your architect or your residential designer, trust is a huge variable. Do you trust this person from design aesthetics capacity, technical expertise, that they're going to have your best interest at heart as they move forward on the project. So that's an important variable. Another variable, kind of maybe more difficult to define, is chemistry. You know it when you've got it, and you know it when you don't have it. So it is something to take into consideration. Last, and probably the variable everybody's most worried about, is the cost of who to hire. Again, like I said, residential designers are often very good for simple projects, and then architects for more complex projects. Remember, you're going to spend a great deal of money on your project, and you're going to live with the results for a number of years. So there's the old adage, you kind of get what you pay for. So remember, there's a direct correlation between the team you put together to implement your project and the final result. So I'm not diminishing cost in terms of design, but don't let it necessarily be the driving variable, because you don't want to have an inexpensive person who doesn't have the talent or the expertise to help you, and you end up paying for it twice during construction and then having a result that you really don't want. So hopefully those are that's information that you can use in selecting who you want to work and help you implement your project.